I've been back and forth on Vaterra's Twin Hammers Rock Racer for quite a little bit of time. It's been something that I've been mildly interested in, but not interested enough in order to spend the amount of money they are asking for it. Now it's come out as a kit, and I can put my own electronics in it and build it the way I want. So I figured it was time to go ahead and drop the ball. So here's Vaterra's Twin Hammers kit version.
Team Baxter.
So they call this thing a rock racer. I'm not sure where it kind of fits in the whole stratosphere of crawler and rock racer, but somewhere in between. I'm gonna pull this plastic off right now, just so it stops shining so much. It's got a 2-speed transmission, and as far as I know, this kit has some upgrade parts in it that weren't available, well, that didn't come with the ready to run version. This is my second Vaterra vehicle. I also have it's actually my third Vaterra. I also have the Slick Rock, which I love. It's a great little truck. And I also have a Kalahari, which I don't drive so much, but it's basically a rebranded Losi Mini 8. I'm pretty happy with both of them. Not disappointed at all with either of them. So I'm sure this will be just as good. I know a couple guys who have them and they like them. And also know another guy who had one and didn't like it. So I figured it was time to try it out for myself. This kit comes with 2-speed transmission, metal gear differentials. I think it has different tires than the ready to run version. They're both super swampers, but these say Interco. I think the ready to run version had a Vaterra branded super swamper. The super swampers that came on the Slick Rock were not the standard super swamper. They had a much tougher compound, harder compound. So hopefully this won't suffer the same way. There it is on the back. Got it all built up with the clear body panels on there. And I figured let's get it open and see what's inside of it. So I'm going to go ahead and break the seal on it. As far as I know, this is Vaterra's first kit offering. I don't know of any other kits that they offer. Pretty new company still. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes together. Horizon product, so it should be okay. Right off the top, it's just bags of parts. So here in bag A, it looks like we have gears. Some gears in there. Bearings. So this looks like mostly transmission parts. A little bit of fluid in there. Yeah, these are all transitions. That's got to be the gear set. And high pressure black grease, that says. So that's my transmission there. Bag B, the bottom skid plate. Probably chassis parts in here. Of course, I'm just guessing right now. Those sway bars. Rod ends. Bag C, a heavy bag. Those look like differential gears in there. Some balls. There's the knuckles and the hubs. So I'd assume this is the start of the axles, maybe. Bag C. pretty densely packed in here. Bag D, yeah, continuing building the axles with the solid rear axle. I didn't see the independent suspension front. May have passed that already. There's your metal hexes. Pretty beefy drive shaft there. Looks like a diff cup in there. Sort of axle parts. Bag E is a shock assembly, and those are pretty big shocks. Little short front shocks on it. All the parts to build shocks there. And that's it for the parts bags. There's not a whole lot to this truck. Hard Vaterra branded Super Swampers. I don't know if that logo there is picking up, but there's the Vaterra logo on these Super Swampers, which means it's probably that harder compound again. But I've got some pit bulls in mind. I'll get those switched out. I'll probably drive it around and see how these do. A lot of people love Super Swampers. I am not a fan myself. I've tried them out on a couple different vehicles. They just didn't. They didn't perform the way I wanted them to, and definitely not how pit bulls perform. So, whichever. And there's the chassis, the frame, a couple Lexan parts. Not a whole lot to the body there. Probably 5 panels, maybe a few more. This little back pieces. This kit actually looks pretty simple. There's a little head for the driver in there. I don't know if you can see a little white head. Get that painted up. The longest antenna tube I've ever seen. And the manual sitting on the bottom. Go ahead and open this up. There's one thing I'm really happy about is the Vaterra stickers here, because I really needed Vaterra stickers for my slick rock in order to complete it, and I couldn't find any. So there's my Vaterra signage for my slick rock, so that's pretty cool. A couple other stickers. Big Twin Hammers logo there. Larger Vaterra signage. Fake lights. Another Twin Hammers logo. Seat belt. See how the manual looks. So the manual's pretty different in that it's a small size manual without the staples in the side, which makes it easier for you to hold the manual open and actually build from it. I think this is going to be a little bit of a pain trying to shift through this manual for a little bit. As you can see, it's trying to close on itself all the time. It's just something we'll have to deal with. They also have something different that I haven't seen in other manuals. They have their own little legend of icons depicting the things you're supposed to do, like apply thread lock or black grease. They're really different. I haven't seen anything like this. They're not pretty self-explanatory. But I guess we'll get it figured out. Color manual, as usual with the Vaterra stuff. They have color manuals in their other items as well. Everything looks pretty easy. It's pretty well illustrated and all. Not too hard to figure out what's going on here. One thing I do like is that the parts bag A, for instance, all this stuff is in parts bag A. You can see A12, A13. It's the 13th page of the A parts bag. You see here it switches over to B parts bag. You deal with B parts bag for a little bit, and then apparently C parts bag, and so forth. D parts bag. That's pretty neat. I'm pretty anxious to see if they actually stick to it and go bag by bag. That's how a lot of other RC builds go, and then you end up building from 3 different bags. So pretty anxious to see if they stick to it. Other than that, it's a pretty standard manual. It's gonna be pretty hard to keep this thing open when I'm not in the center of the manual. You see, as I'm getting towards the back, it's wanting to close up on me. But that's the manual. They have a little setup sheets in the back. But not too much more than that. That's the manual. So that's the Twin Hammers kit. Now I get to put it together and finally see how the Twin Hammers does for Team Baxter.